Ted Sarandos, the CEO of Netflix, recently did an interview with the New York Times in which he claimed that both Barbie and Oppenheimer from last year, the two biggest movies from last year, he says they would have just been as big on Netflix instead of in theaters. He said, quote, "There's no reason to believe that the movie itself is better in any size of screen for all people. My son's an editor. He watched Lawrence of Arabia on his phone."
Chris Nolan is literally shaking.
I saw someone comment,
now.
"Tell that to Christopher Nolan's face and you're not making it out alive."
No, you absolutely will not. Look, this actually kind of disproves your point, right? Which is that at the end of the day, there's that phrase again, the box office matters because neither of those movies has the cultural relevance without a theater release. If all it is like, ooh, Oppenheimer and Barbie, they're both coming out on the same day, one on Netflix and one on Amazon Prime, nobody's going to care.
But that wouldn't have happened in 2002 without meme culture. You needed both the internet and the movie theaters for that to happen.
Correct. It's a symbiotic relationship.
So that cultural moment would have happened without people on the internet doing the marketing for them, essentially.
They even tried
in the middle of a strike.
They're trying to basically manufacture that same interest. They called it Gar Furiosa.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding you.
Just
right
immediately
now.
no.
Just no. Like everyone can tell when it's fake. Everyone can tell when it's not honest. And there's nothing real about Gar Furiosa.
Also, I just feel like if you're the CEO of Netflix, you kind of have to say that streaming is just as good. You really don't have a choice.
Look, everything about streaming screams straight to DVD.
Well, someone, immediately, like I saw Yellow Flash commented, streaming only movies have direct to DVD feel. Another one said that is not true in the slightest. Grown men dressed in pink to go see Barbie in theaters, they wouldn't do that at home.
Mm-hmm. Look, what's an example of a movie that was a streaming release that we actually liked? That was a streaming only release. I liked Samaritan a little bit.
We really haven't reviewed that many that are straight to streaming.
But if anybody in the chat can remember, maybe that's the point. The point is I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, I mean, they put out this stupid AI movie called Atlas.
Oh, exactly. Extraction. Extraction and Extraction 2 are both exceptionally good movies. They would have been better as theater releases.
Gray Man was awful.
Yeah, awful.
Awful. And Ryan Gosling in that makes no sense. It was insane that I forgot that, but yeah.
I wonder who they could have gotten in instead of him.
And that's the only selling point they had for that movie. Look, but also Ted Sarandos had comments on AI in this interview. He said, AI is not going to take your job. The person who uses AI might take your job. Writers, directors, editors will use AI as a tool to do their jobs better and to do things more efficiently and more effectively. Yeah. And it's just funny that he brings this up at the very same time that this stupid AI movie came out with Jennifer Lopez from Netflix. And this is their take on the dangers of AI. AI robots that have to tell you their pronouns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay then.
Wait, how did it know I wanted coffee?
I'm sorry, but my pronouns are she and her, not it.
I hate it here.
Like that's actually in a movie about AI made by Netflix.
I hate it.
I am lost for words. I don't understand what they were thinking with this. Oh. I can see why nobody cares about streaming movies because this is the kind of shit they put in them. Well, it's just slop.
In the marketing budget in the marketing for big budget films feels more real to me. Like, I don't know how Netflix advertises their movies, but for the most part, it seems to be done internally. Like, I'll see ads for Netflix things. Like when Fubar was coming out, the Arnie show that was on Netflix. I saw ads for that all over IMDb. Well, guess what? Most people aren't trolling IMDb on a regular basis like I am. I didn't see the ads anywhere else.
Tell me how a movie made for streaming makes money.
It doesn't. All it does is increase their portfolio.
Because all I remember from the 2000s as a kid is like watching made-for-TV movies that actually did make money
because of advertising
for companies like Disney, because of advertising and DVDs. We bought those DVDs.
Yeah.
Like, we really did that. And that time is over. I also saw that Jennifer Lopez was doing some press for Atlas, and she has her own thoughts on AI.
It's scary.
She says AI has been really scary. Ads are selling skincare I know nothing about. She said, I think this movie does a good job of showing how AI can go incredibly wrong, and this is how it could go really right. She said she has herself experienced the exploitative side of AI, with ads selling skincare using manipulated photos of her face covered in wrinkles.
Yeah.
It's really scary. Right away, we had them stealing our faces. So yes, AI is really scary.
I suppose, for a celebrity, that's a unique position to be in, where she's like, look, I'm not that wrinkly. I worked very hard to not be that wrinkly.
She said, I think you should be respectful of AI. We have to be open to all possibilities. These movies that are talking about AI, especially this one, do a really good job of showing both sides. And also recently, I think George Lucas was asked to talk about it. And he's like fully pro AI. And everyone just gets really pressed about it in the comments, not knowing exactly what AI is. Yeah. Nobody even knows what it is.
And really, they just manipulated an image of her in Photoshop.
That could have been done well before AI anyway.
That didn't require anything like AI to do that. It's just becoming a catch-all term for things in this world. I disagree with Ted Sarandos. Watching a movie on a big screen matters. And watching it on your phone,
well, more importantly, seeing it around other people matters.
Furiosa is better watched, just like Fury Road is better watched on the biggest screen you can find, not on your phone.
So be honest, since you're like typically antisocial, if you had a home theater,
Still go to theaters.
you could get early screenings whenever you wanted of any of these movies that are just coming out. You would want to see it around other people, or you would want to see it alone?
No. My self-control dictates I have to go to the theater so that I'm not on my phone the whole time.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yes.
Out of just courtesy and etiquette, you would be forced to focus.
The social implications of sitting there on my phone are too great. So going to the theater is the best option for me to make sure that I pay as close attention as possible. Also, it is. I want the experience of being around other people so you can gauge how people thought about the movie. Were people oohing and ahhing at the action scenes? Were people crying at something emotional?
Or laughing at the least funny jokes?
You can't. Well, we all know you need to be there to make fun of the people who laugh at the.
When I hear people laughing at Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm going to lose my mind.
It's going to make you so mad.
Anyway, Ted Sarandos, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. You're confidently wrong.
Do you think that there's a time? Look, I don't think that there's going to be a time where theaters are ever completely out. Like right now, they're playing old movies at a lot of these theaters.
Yep.
And that's going to keep happening. But that's
because of the strike, isn't it?
Yes, because there's a lot of movies that got pushed on the back burner because of the strike in 2023. But I don't think that the theater going experience ever goes away completely. Like people still there's a vast difference. This isn't a great one-to-one comparison. Going to a baseball game is a vastly different experience than watching a baseball game on TV.
Yeah.
Right? Going to a theater is a vastly different experience from going at home. And to the theater's credit, they've done everything to make the experience more enjoyable, meaning better seats. It
used to suck, so they didn't need to incentivize you to be there.
Yeah. Now they know that it's not that easy anymore. They have to make different food. They have to offer seats that recline. You have to, the theaters, the studios understand that you have to offer things like 4DX and 3D and IMAX and all of these other
buckets
and weird fleshlight popcorn buckets and all those things. So Ted Sarandos, you've cornered a market, but I don't think that I think it's absolutely ridiculous to believe that either Barbie or Oppenheimer would have had anywhere near the cultural relevance it had if they had released it on streaming. It's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.